Toy Travels. Tommy, let's go. How are you, my friend?
Okay, so first things first, I think the most exciting thing that no one's talking about is the fact that Akira Tozawa was drafted from Raw to Raw with Dana Brooke.
Okay. That's the most exciting thing in wrestling, right? Huge.
And no one's talking about it.
Can I say I've got quite a bit to say about the draft because we'll save it. I've got quite a bit to get to. We are live. We are live.
Open the comments.
Go for it. Open the comments. You do you. You do you. I want to blast through Backlash if that's possible because
of course. Blast off.
There's so much to get to. There's so much in this episode. This is a stacked episode. We need to talk about the draft. We need to talk about Backlash. We need to talk about last week's Wep's Got Talent results. I've also had a few videos sent through for predictions and things along those lines. So much to get to. It's going to be a jam-packed episode. So a big shout out to everyone that's joining us. It's going to be a whirlwind. Bear with us, right? So let's get started, shall we, with Backlash predictions. Now, I have done a short video on my channel for this, which is already out. It's been out for a few days. So my thoughts are largely out there, but I haven't actually... Go on.
It's all about me.
It's all about you. It's all about you. And... I mean, I will obviously flesh out a few things, but my thoughts are largely out there. So, yeah, this is your time to shine. So, shall we start with, what are your thoughts on Seth Rollins against Omos?
I don't care. I know people are really excited for it, but it's like AEW booking two guys that have no story, and they're putting them together. And that's not how you do wrestling. That's not how wrestling was ever done. Wrestling needs a story. Wrestling can't just have two people put together. If you look back in Historia, that is not the way it works. And like if you look at animals and they're fighting, they're wrestling, you know there's a storyline behind that. You know that there was a buildup. And it's just disgusting that WWE is following AEW in this gross method of booking.
Yeah, if they were animals, what animals would they be?
Are you asking what their persona is?
Yes.
Seth Rollins would be a peacock.
He would be a peacock. You're right. Yeah. That is confirmed. Yeah. That's such a good answer.
Something like a giraffe, an elephant, something big. You know.
Yeah. So we're all of a sudden though. I feel like
maybe a rhino.
I think we've made a story. No, rhino's rhino. There's already a rhino, but I feel like this Saturday we're seeing a peacock versus a giraffe, and you've got the nerve to tell me there's no story connected to this.
No story. I'm sorry, everyone.
Hey, what do you think in regards to who wins like the world heavyweight title? Do you think that either of these guys could go on to win the title? Do you think the result here is going to matter in that at all? Do you think if like Seth loses here, that means he's maybe a bigger favorite to win the title because you knock him down, then you build him up? Or do you think that like, you know, a Moss could go on to win that title? Do you think there's anything connected to the title in this match?
I think there's certainly opportunity for either of them to go get that title if they want it. You know, the brass ring methodology is no longer there, or it's Triple H who's booking the winners. So one of them just needs to become friends with Triple H. One of them just needs to embrace that nepotism and climb the charts of marriage. You know, maybe marry one of their. Do they have kids? Triple H? Are they?
Triple H is. I mean, I don't think they're of age.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're not of age. I'm pretty sure they're like...
chance then.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't think... No, they...
While you ask the next question, I'll Google it.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, I think
we're trying to make shorts, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we're trying to make an episode.
Okay.
But shorts out of the episode. That's our new thing now. Right. I'm pretty sure they're about 14. Here we go. Shocked face. Go on. 3 kids. I'm going to say 3 girls.
The oldest one is like 16.
16. Okay, I would have said 14. Okay. And then, is it 3 girls that they've got?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the other one like 10 and 8?
Don't even know.
You don't know. Right, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you had like ants. What was the shock face for?
Blake Lively pumps breast milk instead of attending Met Gala.
Okay.
That's one of the headlines when I Googled that.
Okay, so what you just Googled was maybe nothing to do with the conversation we were having.
No, I Googled, but US Weekly magazine has like the way the website is set up. It's like, yeah, Triple H and Stephanie, but also, did you know Blake Lively was pumping breast milk last night?
Have you got this information from the official WWE website? Because that's wild if so.
What, Blake Lively?
Yeah, well, all of this information, like, are you on the WWE website right now? And it's like
usmagazine.com.
Oh, okay. I just thought they might be going in a new direction, like journalist-wise.
That would be a better storyline build-up than Omos and Seth.
Fair play. Right, what are your thoughts on Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship? Are we getting a new champ? Are we going to free up Theory for this world title? Or are we going to see Theory's title reign continue?
I think this is a great opportunity for Austin Theory to take an L. He beat John Cena. He's already doing a great job. Bobby Lashley doesn't need to win it, but Bronson Reed recently got his name changed from Madcap Moss to Bronson Reed. So I think that's a great opportunity for him to finally get the belt now that he's embraced his older NXT name. And it's really exciting that, you can read Triple H's booking, unlike other people's booking in the wrestling community.
He's bulked out, isn't he? Since he had that name change.
Yeah.
He's put some timber on.
Yeah, his face looks a little different, but that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Good point. So you're favoring Bronson Reed on this one?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's Bronson Reed's time. Theory's had it. Lashley's had moments, and this is an easy way for him to get a sneak win.
Interesting. Okay. Right. Next up, maybe the unofficial main event. This is Sami, Kevin Owens, Matt Riddle taking on the Usos and Solo Sikoa. So obviously this is playing on what we saw at WrestleMania, building upon what we saw at WrestleMania. Thoughts on this one?
Controversy. That's my thoughts on this one. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that some way Matt Riddle and Solo Sikoa aren't going to be part of the match. It's going to be a regular tag team match, and the belts are going to change hands. Why do I think this? Well, the next pay-per-view is in Saudi Arabia, and it's Night of Champions. And obviously, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn won't be there. Mm-hmm. Therefore, got to take the belts off them if they want every belt represented.
But you could do that on Raw, or alternatively, you could just write into storyline that they've been attacked and that they can't make that show.
You are making really good points, but I think my booking makes more sense.
Okay. I'll make a note of that your booking.
So the bloodline wins.
More sense. Okay. Do you think Solo? So you don't think Solo's going to be there, or do you think he's going to be like taken out beforehand?
Exactly.
So my follow-up question would have been, do you think Solo is going to attack the Usos? And so the answer is no.
Breaker.
I'm sorry, Braun Breaker's there now.
Yep. Braun Breaker is going to attack Solo Sikoa before the match and take him out, and Randy Orton is going to attack Matt Riddle.
I'm just going to read my booking makes more sense than yours. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, I just had to reread that because...
Miguel Ortiz asks in the chat, when does the draft end? Never ending.
Never. No. It's just going to keep going. We're just going to keep moving people around.
Yeah. Every week.
NXT is going to be completely decimated because in about a month's time, literally everyone will have been called up. So, yeah, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare. Okay, talking of nightmares.
That was good.
Well, I don't know which one to go to here, actually, because I could go to Rippers, couldn't I? I'll go Rippers. Let's go Rhea Ripley, Zelina Vega, SmackDown Women's title. So who do you think wins out of Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega for the SmackDown Women's Championship?
Great question, Days. I always appreciate it when you come out with these really great questions. This one is interesting because Zelina Vega just had the release of Street Fighter 6 around the time of Backlash, which she voices a character in said video game. And that's really good publicity. But the fact of the matter is, I can't see the title going off of Rhea Ripley this soon, especially since she was just drafted to Raw and will be their new champion.
Yeah. Where's Zelina, though? She's SmackDown. Oh, that's a really good point. Do you know what? It's so Rhea Ripley that's winning. I didn't even think to look as to where Zelina Vega was going.
She's going to MLW.
This has got to be one of the most obvious results of the year, surely.
Yeah.
It's like, I think that Zelina is only there because of her Puerto Rican descent, which...
Hang on. Did you know that Malachi Black's real name is Tom?
No, I didn't. No, Tom Black. Tom Black.
Tom.
Oh, hang on. No, I did know that. I did know that because he used to be called Tommy End.
Yeah, but imagine like Tommy, like that has a little more culture to it. That has a little more extreme.
I'm sorry. Like, the name Tommy has got a bit.
From MySpace.
Whoa, let's just go back there. Tommy's got a bit of culture to it.
Of course.
And what would that be anchored in exactly? How does that show itself?
Wait, what about Bianca?
No one said anything about Bianca.
What did you just say?
I said, how did that show itself? Apparently, Tom is a cultured name. Where's this come from?
Okay, The Who. Tommy Hilfiger. Do I need to say more?
No, do you know what? The Who is the perfect answer.
Okay.
That'll be lost on most of our audience. But there used to be a band, and they were called The Who, and they wrote this amazing album, which I believe was it a film as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen the film, but I have heard the album. Have you ever seen Quadrophenia?
I haven't seen any of their films.
Oh, you need to watch Quadrophenia's a good film. I enjoyed that. Right, okay. Wasn't expecting a Who conversation, but we'll move on to Bianca Belair against Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship. What's your thoughts there?
Now, this one is a little more interesting because Bianca could lose because Io Sky has Bayley and Dakota Kai in her corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the show needs a championship to change hands. And if anyone were to change hands, I'd go with this one.
Okay. Yep. Do you think this has been built big enough to warrant the end of Bianca's title reign, though?
I thought she already lost a couple times.
Well, no, it's not that she's undefeated. It's just I remember the conversation at WrestleMania being Asuka won't win because the build to this match just has felt so flat that it doesn't feel like this is the end of Bianca's title reign. And I agree with everything you've just said in regards to Io is a very credible challenger who is sure to be a future world champion at some point. And they've teased a lot about Damage Control breaking up. So I can see the argument of, do they pull the trigger? But does it feel like we've built this enough for this to be the end of what has been quite a historic... I mean, actually, Bianca's title reign is going under the radar because she won that belt at WrestleMania 38. She's held it like over a year. She's had great matches against Becky at SummerSlam and at WrestleMania when she won it. She's had some fun matches against Bayley in a last woman stand-in match and a ladder match. She's also had a great match at WrestleMania against Asuka, which, you know, I thought was not the best women's match, but I thought they still did well. But, I mean, it paled into insignificance compared to Charlotte and Rhea, which was just amazing. But, you know, it's still a decent match. And, yeah, we've seen some really good matches and moments out of this title run, and it's quite long. Is this the end of it? Is this where it ends? I mean, I'm thinking no, but I do agree with you that it could be.
Apologies, I got something in my eye, but yeah, I agree.
Is that emotion? Is it emotion that's in your eye?
Yeah, you went on that diatribe there, and I got really emotional to it. That was really beautiful, Days. I come back to someone needs to lose a belt this show. Like, if everyone retains, it's what the opposite of Stardom. Someone needs to lose.
But didn't you say that this could be where Sami and Kevin lose?
I want to apologize. I also said Bronson Reed's the one that's going to win, and also so now I'm like every championship's going to switch hands.
Yeah. Let me just read this again. My booking makes more sense than yours. Yeah. I've just underlined that. I've just put a few lines through that.
All right, she can lose. I don't care. She sent out that video saying, "I'm so excited to be your champ," but she still has the Raw champ. So like, lose it.
I don't understand what you just said. So who can lose? Bianca can lose.
Yeah.
Bianca. Okay. So listen, this is such an easy question. Who do you think's gonna win?
I said like 5 times Io Sky.
Okay, so you think Io's winning?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right, moving on.
What do you think?
Bianca.
Oh,
I do. I just don't think
to take that L day.
I just don't think that has been built up enough for Io to get the dub.
Okay.
I could see Io losing because of a distraction from Bayley.
Sorry, distraction.
Nice. I like what you did. Right, moving on. Cody Rhodes against Brock Lesnar. I think this is the main event, but it might also be the co-main event. Not sure. But what do you think about this one?
Cody, and then they reface again at Night of Champions, and Cody again.
Cody twice.
Yep.
Why?
To show that he's a powerful man. If Roman can defeat Brock Lesnar, so can Cody. Twice.
Okay. So is this going to be a clean finish, or is it going to be a case that maybe Cody wins by DQ, Cody's not satisfied, then we get to Night of Champions, or is it just going to be beats him, go to Night of Champion, beats him again?
I'd love for it to be a Moxley CM Punk situation where the first match is just like insane, just like over in 10 seconds, where Cody destroys Brock Lesnar before he's ready.
Yeah.
And then the second one is more of a slower match, longer match at Night of Champions, except instead of having the championship change hands, or the person that lost in the squash lose again, have Brock again lose. So to show that it wasn't just a fluke, Cody really is the better wrestler.
So you're saying that neither Cody nor Brock will be the first world heavyweight champion?
Is this what the match is for?
No, but if they're facing again at Night of Champions, that's where we crown the first champion. So if they're fighting,
yes,
this is
neither of them.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think either of them will be either, but it was just interesting to get clarity if that's what you thought as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. And then finally, we've got
Bad Bunny's going to win. Bad Bunny needs this win. He's going in on a loss, and he really needs to destroy was there another match?
Well, I'll finish what I was going to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Finally, we've got some facts about Puerto Rico. So we've got Puerto Rico. That wasn't what I was going to say, actually. I was going to say Bad Bunny. What's your thoughts on Bad Bunny?
I think he's an incredible artist. I think that he's a cross-generational musician that gets a lot of people excited when he tours. And that the fact that he's so into wrestling and so willing to put himself out there and be vulnerable in front of the WWE audience, it's inspiring.
It's a hero.
Yeah, he's a hero.
He's a hero. I look at Bad Bunny and I think if he can do it, I can absolutely do it as well.
Exactly.
And I mean that literally.
Yeah.
He is so inspirational.
Yeah.
If he can do a Canadian Destroyer to the Miz, God only knows what I would be able to do, right? So our spirit animal, Bad Bunny, you reckon he's going to win?
If he doesn't, I feel like Puerto Rico is going to
Kickoff.
Yeah, they'll be mad.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, did you know that I do have some facts about Puerto Rico?
Do you actually?
Yeah, I do. Did you know Puerto Ricans, you might know this, but I didn't, are Americans?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I didn't know this. I thought Puerto Rico was a country and it was its own country.
I want it to be a state hardcore. I want it to be the 51st state.
Do they want it to be a state? Do they want to?
Some do, some don't.
Has there been a poll over there? Because for those that don't know, it's not a state, but the people born there are still classed as Americans. It's bizarre. Yeah. It's classed as an American territory.
I would like it. I know that people push for it. I know that it often gets stalled, and I'd imagine a lot of people are like, but then it won't be 50 states. Boo-hoo. We got to redesign the flag. It's like, no, man, let's go 100 states. It's time.
Have all the countries.
Exactly.
That's the goal.
Next state is going to be a Liverpool.
You can have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so, like, are people in Liverpool just, like, sick and tired of the Beatles?
No, I think they're very proud.
Okay, so like if I went to Liverpool and I was doing a gig there and I'm like, this is a local song, and played like, I don't know, Long and Winding Road, would people be like, right, righteous?
I would imagine that line is probably said every night of the year somewhere in some pub in Liverpool. Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. Yeah, I think, no, Liverpool, I should imagine, is very, very proud of the Beatles. It certainly brings a lot of tourism to Liverpool, as you can imagine. They've got like a Beatles museum and there's like nice statue and everything. So, no, yeah, I don't think that's something that they try to hide away or they're ashamed of. In regards to Puerto Rico, there's one other thing I've got. Yeah, I've got one more, an image which you might be able to Google. This, did you know they've got America's tallest statue? I mean, this is mental to me, right? It's mental that America's the tallest statue, the tallest American statue, is in Puerto Rico. I mean, before today, I wouldn't have said that possible because I didn't even know Puerto Rico was connected to America. But
that's a cool statue. What the hell is it?
I've got an image. It's called the Summit of the New World, Dawn of the New Worlds. This is it here. Apparently, it's 200 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty.
Oh, this is awkward though. It's about Christopher Columbus.
Is that awkward? He discovered America though, didn't he?
He fake discovered it. People were already there.
Yeah, but had they discovered it?
Listen, Dace, if you walk into like Target and you didn't know the Target was there, you're just like cruising around your town in your neighborhood. There are people already there shopping and stuff, and you're like, I've discovered this Target. This is now my Target. Did you really discover it, or did the people that have already been shopping there live in there? You know,
I think if I then get put into the history books as being the one that did discover that Target, I think you cannot deny then I discovered that Target.
And you gotta start going around and discovering places.
The textbooks say that it was Christopher Columbus. You
sailed the 7 seas.
You are basically descended from him then, aren't you?
No.
Yeah, because, well, no, because we did bring other people, I suppose, but, you know. He didn't just go around mating all of the native ladies, did he?
To North America.
What America did he go to then? Oh, did he go to Puerto Rico?
He went to Middle America, Mesoamerica, probably.
What's Middle America? Isn't that like soccer moms?
Central America.
Oh, right. Okay.
There's North, South, Middle.
Right. Okay. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay, where did he go? He
did he not go? He went. Boston's north, isn't it?
He didn't go to Boston.
No,
I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I think he just like went to the Caribbeans or something.
Hey, did you know
basically hit up Cuba and stuff and was like, oh, this is, I found it.
Did you know that Boston, and I'm sure you do know this, it was just such a hotbed for wrestling in the past?
Boston,
yeah. I mean, like,
well, I live here.
I was listening this week to Andre the Giant's autobiography on Audible, and it was just talking about like how many
What's
times
the coupon code that our listeners can use for Audible to get 2 free books.
I don't know. Wrestle Talk. What culture do they do? Have they got one? Maybe, I don't know. Cultaholic, I don't know. I was listening to that anyway, and he was performed in Boston a lot at the Garden, and
I thought you were like at a drag show or something.
No, I don't think Andre the Giant was at a drag show. He would have slayed it though. He would have slayed. He would have sashayed away. No, yeah, it was very interesting. I didn't realize quite how much Boston was integral to WWE back in the day. It was very much part of their territory, and it was a regular stop for them.
Also, Days, you need to not mention America in these streams because the chat is blowing up with people talking about like American stuff.
American stuff, like what?
Like saying
like
who discovered the people arguing who discovered it. People saying Americans are Irish. Patrick O'Neill, shout out for saying that wisdom. People are saying there are people in the UK. It's just getting really dangerous.
I am in the UK, and there are people here. That is confirmed.
And that's just so messed up that people are bringing that up in the chat, though.
What? That there's people in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Like, that's something I don't like to think about every day.
Very good. Right. Okay. Well, look, talking of Patrick, we obviously have got the results for last week. So what I can tell you is that
Who won?
Who won? Yes, I've got the results. So it was 3 categories, and I need to just jump over and load it up. But it was 3 categories. I can tell you that WEP Community Member of the Year went to Patrick O'Neill, as voted for by the community. So many congrats to Patrick. But a big shout out to Watson as well, who managed to make it through to the final. Watson submitted a very, very popular video last week. You remember the hand fart in video?
The hand farting was
impressive. The community loved that. Really, that went down so well. So Watson, shout out to you. In fact, a big thank you to everyone that submitted videos, because I thought they were all great entries. They all did well in the poll as well. And so I can tell you that Patrick won most skillful last week for his singing. Beautiful as always. And also won WEP Community Member. I do have a video to play from Patrick, which we will get to in a second. And also a big shout out to Miss Clown, who also won the category for funniest with his dance, which I think conjured up images of the previous dance. It did for me, and that is just, as we said, Hall of Fame worthy. That is goated. Absolutely amazing. So
the dance he did for you?
It definitely,
is that what you just said?
Definitely conjured up. Listen, what happens in the UK stays in the UK, and there'll be no more discussion of that. But yes, well deserved to both of those guys. And as we said, we've got a video to play here from Patrick. So let's jump over to that.
Hey, Wrestling Skip Pod, it's Patrick here. I just want to say thank you to all you guys that voted for me to be the, WEP Community Member of the Year. So thank you for that. And also everybody who voted for me to be most skillful. So thank you guys. It does actually truly mean a lot. So you don't even know. I didn't think I deserved it, but you guys obviously did. So thank you again. See you again next time, guys. Peace.
There you go. That was Patrick, and lovely stuff from him. Really nice, kind words. And as we said, I know you couldn't hear it. But
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. I love to see winners with grace, winners with power.
Well, that's exactly what listen, he's got a power in his voice, isn't he? Old Patrick. Yeah, really good. Really good. Before we move on to anything else, I thought what it might be best to do first is just to get the community submissions for Backlash. So let's get over to those. We've had a couple that have come through. So let's start, shall we, with Edward.
Eddie.
Guys, so this is my WWE Backlash predictions. First up, we're going to start with Seth Omos. This match doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but I'm going Omos. No, not Omos. I'm going Seth. Edward, what were you thinking? Duh. Next up, Bianca versus Io Sky. I'm going Bianca because I think her and Rhea might face each other at Night of Champions and unify the belts. Next up, Rhea versus Zelina. Rhea. Then we have Damian versus Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny. Then we have Cody versus Brock. I'm going Cody. Then the tag team match, I'm going the Usos. I think that's oh no, in the triple threat match, I'm going Austin Theory. Peace.
Boom, there we go. That was Edward. Awesome stuff. And I think we've got one here from Ashton as well. So let's go over to Ashton.
Alright, Days. Alright, chat. It's Ashton here. And I'm here to do my Backlash predictions. First match, Rhea Ripley, Zelina, Vega. For me, I think Zelina's only here for LWO connection, so I think that she doesn't really stand a chance, to be honest. And for me, Rhea Ripley, she's now going to be on Raw, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with the exchange titles, because obviously the Becky and Charlotte wasn't the best last time. But yeah, Rhea Ripley. Next match, Seth Rollins, Omos. Seth just needed a match, I think they just wanted a match for Seth and thought, let's get a guy that looks good on the posters in Omos, because we all know that he is not good in ring. For me, easy, Seth Rollins. The next match I'm going to go with is Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, Bronson Reed, which is very easy to predict now, since, well, you still get two superstars, but considering the title's got to Smackdown, Bronson Reed's on Raw, I think that cuts him right out. And I also think that I don't see Bobby Lashley winning. I just think that it's deserved that Austin Theory wins and just continues his reign, because I think it's been quite a decent reign, and I'm happy to see it on a pay-per-view, because I'd like to start seeing the US titles and IC titles on every pay-per-view again, like it used to be. So yeah. Next match, Bianca versus Io. Easy, Bianca. I think they're leading up to Bailey turning, and obviously Io has went to Raw, so Bianca with a victory, and I think it'll be due to Bailey, and I think that'll start a feud between them, and Damage Control will break up. Next match, Damian Priest, Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican street fight, and obviously Bad Bunny is in Puerto Rico, which may don't let Bad Bunny win, but for me it's got to be Damian Priest. The Judgment Day began to find form again after obviously Ray losing, Balor losing, but Rhea did win. But if they can get Damian Priest to win, Rhea to win, start building up back momentum, and see what Finn Balor could be doing with the World Heavyweight Championship. The next match we're going to go with is Sami, KO and Matt Riddle versus Bloodline. For me, Sami, Riddle and KO. It's been a good build up to this match, a lot of brawls. I just think the Bloodline are crumbling. So for me, Sami, KO and Matt Riddle. The main event, Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes. Now, I think that if they want this to be more than a one-off match, they'll get Brock to win by like DQ, or maybe Brock just bats him, loses by DQ. But I think it's just a one-off match, so for me, it will be the winner, Cody, the American Nightmare, Rhodes. And yeah, I think this is a pretty solid card. So yeah, I'm very excited to see what goes down. And yes, this has been my Backlash predictions.
Okay, that was Ashton, and I think we got one more, a quick one. This is from Joseph. Let's see if we can cue this one up. We received it quite close to the start of the stream. Let me see if it's all lined up.
I'm going to go with Brock
little bit
to
off.
beat Cody, Bobby to be the new champion, Bad Bunny to win, Rhea Ripley to retain, and the others for wins.
It is a short video, isn't it? Hang on.
I'm going to go with Brock to beat Cody,
Woo!
Bobby to be the new
Bang.
champion.
Okay, right. Ignore that. Let's try again. Here's Joseph.
I'm going to go with Brock to beat Cody, Bobby to be the new champion, Bad Bunny to win, Rhea Ripley to retain, and the others for wins.
Boom, there we go. So that was the thoughts from the community. And yeah, I really appreciate people sending those through and sending in their thoughts about Backlash this weekend. I had something I wanted to get into on the draft. And I wanted to get your thoughts on the draft as well. In regards to the drafts, I honestly can't believe how much they managed to botch it up and like just make it feel so insignificant. Like they spoke a lot about how they were going to potentially split tag teams, and then it became really apparent really early they weren't splitting any tag teams because the tag teams were all the same pick. They put like all the factions in together. Anyone that they did have as separate that made you go, oh, so they're going to split them, like Rhea not being part of Judgment Day, or the Usos not being part of Roman and Solo, they ended up drafting to the same brands anyway, right? So even those things didn't go the way that you thought. And I like having done the live watch-alongs, I think people were waiting for returns, which, okay, they didn't have any, so you can't do anything about that. There was no Big E, there was no Randy, there was no Bray, there was no Alexa. That's fine. You can't do anything about that. I understand, right? But why did they not make a bigger deal out of Grayson Waller? Grayson Waller, who's one of the bigger stars, I can't say the biggest, but he's one of the biggest stars down in NXT, gets drafted on the Raw Talk show, right? And cuts a really good, fun promo, actually. Why didn't they have him walk out, like, and introduce, like, have him, like, in the third round of picks? Here is SmackDown's latest star. Some of you will have heard of him. All of you will have heard from him by the end of this. Let me introduce to you Grayson Waller. Weller could have come out, could have cut a promo live. I don't understand why we didn't announce him on the show. I don't understand why he wasn't there. If it's because they wanted to get his honest reaction to being called up, I don't think we needed it because he's a heel. He played it as a heel. And like, he wasn't like, I think the honest emotional reaction is good when it's, say, a girl and she's crying, right? And she's like, oh God, my dreams, I can't believe it.
Just so you know, men cry too.
Well, okay.
Big boys don't cry.
Or men, but I don't think you needed his reaction. If the argument is he wasn't at SmackDown because we wanted his reaction, it wasn't worth it. Because his reaction was one of, I should have been called up ages ago. He went full on heel with it, and it was brilliant. But he could have done that on SmackDown, and we could have introduced a brand new star. Yeah,
sorry, I have to sit down for this one.
Well, no, I'm ranting because it's done now. That's it. The draft is done.
Yeah.
And they botched it, man. They could have made that so much bigger. They could have made a bigger deal out of Grayson Waller. Indus got called up after as well, and Jinder. Again, you know, we've got a big heel tag team on the way. Just do it on Raw Talk. Odyssey Jones. Could have made a big deal about Odyssey Jones coming up. Just do it on Raw Talk. It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. Yeah. What was your thoughts?
I was at the first, well, when they brought back the draft, what was that, like 5-7 years ago? I was at that show, and it was the same thing. They brought Mick Foley. They hyped up that big things would happen. And I remember, like, the third choice or something was Finn Balor. And everyone in the place freaked out, like, oh my God, Finn Balor's going to come out.
I love that moment.
And it was just a video. And he didn't come out. And it super deflated the crowd. And the fact that they haven't learned to this day that is not a good way to do it, that people want to see these people come out and be like, whoa, not the backstage of NXT where people are just sitting around in chairs waiting to be called up and then clap. Like, that's a feel good moment for them. Like, it's a corporate feel good moment, but for audiences at home, I don't care. That's the behind the scenes stuff that you save for your WWE documentaries. Like, you film Waller when he's getting that phone call from Triple H saying, yeah, you're going to be on SmackDown tonight for the draft. Congratulations. Not the I have to watch SmackDown while it happens because this company doesn't support me enough to let me know beforehand and wants to get this reaction out. I don't know. It seems very corporate to me, and it counteracts good television.
It's really frustrating because I don't mind some of the honest reactions, like when Indy found out and she was like emotional. Like I don't mind mixing it up, but I just think, why did you do all of them that way when Grayson Waller's strength is his promos and he's talking, and you had an opportunity to just give him just a few minutes of SmackDown time or Raw time or whatever, just to introduce himself to those that don't know. Now, obviously he can do that next week when he's called up, but I just think we needed to make that draft more exciting, and there was ways of doing it. You know, there was ways of doing it, because I think a lot of us were sat there waiting for either returns or NXT call-ups. And when the NXT call-ups happened, as you just said, it was a graphic and that was it. It was a graphic, and it was like, if you want to know more about these people, well, they didn't even say this, but it was like, if you want to know more about them, you have to tune in next week type thing. But it's like, man, you could have made that so much more exciting, you know? Could have been that, right now we're going to reveal the NXT pick for SmackDown, drum roll, and everyone's looking at the entranceway, who's about to walk out type situation, you know? And it's like, who's this going to be? And you could have manufactured some drama. And then, you know, out comes Grayson Waller, out comes Caden and Katana, and do you know what I mean? And then we see a video package about it. They didn't even play video packages. If you don't know about Caden and Katana Chance, they didn't play, or at least I don't remember seeing a video package about them. Same with Cameron Grimes. At least Finn Balor got a video package. So
That is true.
Do you know what they did learn? They learned to not even bother doing a video package. Oh, so frustrating. And a lot were like so obvious as well. Once you knew Gunther was going to Raw, you knew Theory was going to SmackDown. Once you knew that Becky was going to Raw, you knew Seth was going to Raw. Once you knew Bianca was going to SmackDown, you knew Street Profits was going to SmackDown. I know some of that you can't avoid, but you just got to make it a bit more exciting.
I agree.
Do you know what? If news had come out, right? If news had come out that last night during the draft, Vince was backstage, #FireVince would have been trending, right? Because just looking by how the reaction was in the chat, I think that it wasn't a disaster by any means, but I think it was just a little bit underwhelming. I think it left people like underwhelmed and it didn't meet their expectations. Very similar to the Raw after WrestleMania, right? And all that blame got put onto Vince, right? And the point I was making, and I've made it several times, is I don't think it's Vince's fault, because I don't see any reports saying that Vince completely changed the Raw after WrestleMania. I think the Raw after WrestleMania you got was largely the Raw after WrestleMania you was getting. Maybe you wouldn't have had Omos Elias. Maybe you would have had a couple of different women's matches instead of the women's tag match. Would it have made any difference? No. Still largely would have been the same show, right? And I think, at some point there has to be a conversation about, is Triple H the GOAT that everyone claims that he is when it comes to this kind of creative thing? Because Raw after WrestleMania was underwhelming, Draft was underwhelming, and I don't know, he could have gone bigger with things, and like Grayson Waller, and I don't understand why he didn't do it. I don't understand why he did. If there's anyone that you would think he would go big with, pull the trigger on, it'd be NXT stars. That's his baby. That's his baby.
His actual children, not those
actual children. Grayson Waller is his 16-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it is. I don't know. It's bizarre. Was there anything you was hoping to see that you didn't get? Like, was you waiting for Bron Breakker or something along those lines?
Now, I know that this is one of those things that's going to be controversial with your community, because I know there are a lot of...
You've gone very quiet, by the way.
There are a lot of emotions that'll run by people with what I'm about to say, but
here we go.
I would have liked to see Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss. And I'm sorry I have to go against the grain and say that.
Hey, talking of them, did you hear that a new writer has been hired? What do you think? For Bray.
For Bray? Where'd you hear this? Who said this? Zero?
No, this is like everywhere.
So USA Today magazine?
Cosmopolitan, that's where I got it from.
And who is it?
I don't know their name. John.
You didn't Google them?
No.
Gradation?
I think their name's Tommy, and from what I've heard, that's a very powerful name.
It is.
So...
It is a historical name with
it's
a
historical.
lot of culture behind it. Okay, so what's the Bray Wyatt new writer?
Yeah, just put Bray Wyatt news, and it should be I should imagine it's still the most recent story.
WWE has hired a new writer. According to Road Dogg doesn't know it. He's smoking mirrors.
Listen, that's where I get all of my news from. Road Dogg Observer is Wrestling Road Dogg Observer is where I get all my news from.
Okay, so the dude who used to do Bray Wyatt stuff is Rob V. V.
He was is he still with them? He was the guy that was doing the long-term storytelling.
He was doing the QR stuff.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Oh, God, he killed that. Is he still with them? Do we know?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
See, I spoke about this, and I said I think it's good and bad because I think that Bray could probably do with some help. So I think that that's a good thing. But I also think that it could be a bad thing because we know that WWE got involved with obviously the creative last time and it didn't go in the direction that Bray wanted and it all was getting very frustrating. And so it is going to be a balancing act. I said, and I know people might disagree, but I don't think that the story he's told since he's come back has been very good. And I
don't want to be a jerk. But Rob Fee, to say he's a writer at Marvel is like, bro only wrote 2 comics and he's like second writer on one of them and third on another. So
you're very quiet again, you know.
Rob Fee, did you hear what I said? Where'd you lose?
No, I heard that I can hear you, but I don't know if others could hear you.
So, and then I'm looking at his IMDb. There's pictures of him hanging out with Joey Ryan. Dude's canceled. Sorry, everyone. Rafi just canceled. We canceled him.
Was he a victim of the
Here we go.
The penis plex?
He wrote an episode of Epic Mealtime.
Epic Mealtime? What's that?
He wrote 13 things you probably didn't know about Father's Day.
Mealtime. Is that a YouTube thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it.
He was a TV producer for the 2020 Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion.
Do you know what I'm addicted to, by the way? Do you know on TikTok, that guy that dances? Yeah, skitty bop, Yes,
I
yes,
don't watch
yes,
TikTok,
yes.
sorry.
Skibbity dip, bobbity, 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 bobbity. Yes, 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 yes. Skibbity dip, bobbity, bobbity, bobbity,
I
bobbity.
don't know what you're talking about. Why do you watch TikTok?
I've just started going on there because I've started to post on there a little bit more.
Are you blowing up?
Oh, mate, we are trending.
Really?
Nah.
Like, what is it? TikTok wrestling days?
No, we're not trending, but it's
so funny though, like how YouTube has shifted so much to shorts because like I love posting the long form videos and having people just be like, yo, Triple T fell off, I missed the old T, and it's like getting like, I don't know, low views, but then you go over to my short side and the shorts are popping off.
Are you on shorts?
Old days.
Are you on shorts? Are you on?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do shorts.
Yeah. You get 27,000 views on TikTok?
I don't know. The most recent ones have been doing quite well. Are you on TikTok? I'll follow you right now.
Of course not. I won't do it.
Is Wrestling Escape Pod on TikTok? Why is Wrestling Escape Pod not on TikTok?
Because
we've been making shorts. Oh my god. Doesn't make any sense, does it? We should definitely be doing.
Do you get paid? Nah.
I think you could, but I don't know how you do that. So no.
Isn't TikTok spyware?
Yeah. Basically, if you post on there, you're basically working for China, and not even the good China that's dead. Skibbity bub. Yes. Skibbity dip, bobbity, bobbity. Yes.
And
did you?
LMK was going against your favorite, and Notorious Mimi Sloan Jacobs, and Love Doug was the ref.
Jesus, that sounds like the Wrestling Escape Pod match. That sounds like the most Wrestling Escape. How did we not sponsor that match?
I don't know, but it was really LMK brought a knife to the ring, and it was.
This could not sound more Wrestling Escape Pod if it tried. I carry knives.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
And I was front row. And the knife flew out of her hand, landed right at my feet. Almost died.
He tried to murder the co-host of the Wrestling Escape, but this has gone too far. This has gone too far. Blocking us was one thing, but attempted flipping murder.
Yeah.
But did she say anything to you?
Well, it was just a plastic knife, but it was still harrowing. So I have to go through that.
Wow.
She didn't say anything to me. She was busy wrestling.
She didn't say anything that a plastic knife hurtled towards you.
Yeah, no, she doesn't care. She doesn't care.
In this day and age as well, with cancel culture.
Well, then later, Becca came out and she's having like this jacket on and she like does it right in my face, even though I was cheering for her. It's like hostility left and right at the show. I left early because of it.
You didn't even stay for the big photo at the end.
No. Oh my gosh, Dave. So, do you know Richard Holiday, MLW champion who left?
Is he the guy that runs it?
No.
What's his name?
I don't know.
He's got a mustache. I've seen him like
MJF.
Vince McMahon. I think I'm thinking of Vince McMahon.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm Vince. Yeah, go carry on.
So yeah, I left early and I missed like half the show, and I'm mad at myself because if you leave early, you think you see the whole show, but no, I missed half of it.
Hey, do they still do the free match? The free match that you're allowed to stream.
No.
That was good. That was.
Yeah.
I botched it though because my sound was flawed.
Fine. We can use AI to fix it.
Oh God, that'd be amazing. We need to start churning out some AI episodes because, I've got other things to do.
I actually could. I have the software installed. I just need to create a Dave's voice model.
Good luck with that. Base it off Ryan Gosling. That'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Base everything off Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look just like him. Basically twins.
I have an Ariana Grande one.
Oh, I bet you do. Hey, can I say, really enjoying your latest videos.
Thank you.
I watched your Gunther one earlier.
Yeah, that was a long video. I should have made that shorter.
It was good, and I thought it was very interesting how I agree. I think the basic looks better.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It was a big miss on Mattel's part.
Hey, if you could ask Bill McKenna a question, what would you ask him?
Oh, that's a great question.
Thank you.
I know a lot of times, like when I'm making the videos, it's always like, oh yeah, this is the question I'd ask, and then I always forget it. One thing I always wonder though is like, have they changed the cloth, the fabric? Because this most recent set, I haven't posted the McFull yet, but the cloth on that is also kind of thin. Yeah, and I've noticed that's kind of a thing that's been going on, and I wonder, is cost cutting?
I think there is cost cutting. I think if you look at the most recent figures, I don't even think the faces look as good as they used to.
Yeah.
There's like a Seth one that they've just redone, which is the Heist of the Century, comes with a belt and a briefcase. The figure looks to me like just a very quick update on the figure that came out like 2015, 2016, which is now going back like 7 years ago. It doesn't look like it's been updated. It doesn't really look like it's been true FX, but I think there probably is. If you compared both figures, there probably is a difference. But oh man, it just doesn't. I don't know. Like they were coming out with some awesome stuff. Like I saw you going crazy about that Rhea figure, and I agree that it's so thin, it really lets it down. But the face, like but it was just the face looks great.
Yeah. That was the most frustrating thing about that. What is it, 102? That set is a little disappointing, and it hurts because I feel like 101 was really strong.
I don't Oh, is 101 Hogan?
Yeah.
That Hogan did look good. I think 100 was... I think 100 was excellent with the kind of each one had a belt, and they're very weird because that had like Stone Cold as, I think, Stunning Steve. And it was like some of the figures were a bit weird. Like would have made more sense for them to have done a Stone Cold Steve Austin with a smoking skull belt. And you still could have.
That's what everyone wanted.
Oh, was it?
Well, that's what I wanted.
Oh, okay. I haven't been on like forums or anything like that for years and years, so I don't know what the conversations were. But
I think it's a lot of like people that are kind of like Alexa Bliss fan. A lot of people mad that there aren't more Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss figures.
Well, in all fairness, I would say they're doing the right number of Bray Wyatt figures for how much we're seeing him on TV at the moment. I'd say not releasing a Bray figure is probably the most accurate thing you can do right now.
You're a wisdom man.
Yeah, figures are interesting, man. I could have a lengthy conversation on those. But we've got one more video to show, and then we do need to shoot off. This is talking of TikTok trending superstars. We're going to return to one of our very own heroes in this community. That, of course, is Edwards, who, can I just say, I don't know how long the delay is, but I wish that you could watch this video because there is, I think, an Edward mom reveal. Yeah, it's big, man. It's big. It is big.
So while you and everyone else are watching NXT, I'm going to be just sitting at home watching.
Yeah.
Show us what his mom looks like.
Yeah. I think there's an Edward mom reveal. I don't know if it could be an Edward sister reveal. I mean, honestly, there's some sort of
Edward GF reveal.
Maybe Edward GF reveal. Who knows? Yeah. Listen, let's jump over. This is a big video. This is a big submission. Also, I don't understand. I think this is a real fun video. Like, this is totally what Edward should have sent last week when we were doing the actual funniest awards and everything. I don't know why you didn't. I don't get it. But let's go over. Let's go. Drop the ball. This is, and I've titled it WTF. Edward WTF.
Do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. The lives on Drury Lane. Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane. Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane. Oh, my.
Have you got to it? Have you seen it? Has it played
No.
yet? No.
I'm just gonna. It's gonna take like 2 minutes.
Ah.
So you're gonna have to do your bye-bye thing,
And then you'll see it.
Yeah.
Oh God, what are we talking about? We're talking about stupid figures at this point, aren't we? Okay. Well, I mean, what I'll say is she's right near the start in the background. If it is his mum, I love the idea of going, Mum, keep it down. I've just got to do this. Muffin Man! Keep it down, will you, woman? I'm the Muffin Man!
All-star.
Yeah. I need to jump into the chat. I can't see the chat, but let's go. Oh, man, the chat. Oh, they are, honestly, people are loving it. They are. Where is he? Is he in the chat?
He was banned.
Was he?
Yeah. He said, "Days, I have a question."
Why
so William banned him.
So he can't even talk right now.
No.
About the video.
It is my mom.
It is my mom. Have you got to it yet?
You want me to see if I can?
Yes. What are you?
There yet.
What are you doing? I thought you was watching our stream, waiting for the video.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Oh my God.
Okay, there's no audio.
There's no audio?
Yeah.
No, it definitely played with audio.
No, like for me, there's no audio. But okay, so is that his mom in the background?
Okay, can you see now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. I can go back. Hang on, let's go back. We'll play it again. Let's go.
The blonde.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I'm going to turn Edward down. I think that is an Edward mom reveal in the background. Now, what is she doing? Is she folding again? Like, keep it down, woman. I've just got to do this dance in front of the camera. Edwards, it was so funny. Can he not see the video? I think all of us want to unsee the video, but do you know what though, Edward? Fair play, mate, because this is a real funny submission, man. This is a brilliant submission.
We love it here.
Yeah.
WP Nation Industries.
There just needs to be more of your mom, though. That's the only thing I would say. I'd love it if she's if she was to like. Imagine if she joined in the background, stuck her head by. Oh, imagine if she's dancing. Oh my God. She's folding up in the background, and then all of a sudden she's like, the Muffin Man! Get it done, Edward. Get it done. Get it made. We need this.
Okay, I got breaking news.
Okay.
Breaking news.
Okay.
Ringside Collectibles just posted.
Oh, yeah. For what?
Elite 103.
Oh,
As we're doing this episode.
And what's in that figure range?
Bobby Lashley.
Right.
Roman Reigns.
Oh.
We just got a Roman Reigns.
But yeah, Roman's the new Cena, though.
Montez Ford.
Okay.
Angelo Dawkins.
Street Profits.
Liv Morgan. Stardust.
Stardust? Have I seen the Stardust one?
It is
Polka Dots. I have seen the Stardust one, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't realize that was. Wow. Stardust in Polka Dots.
Stardust.
Wonder when they'll release Steiner Brothers, because they are releasing them for that pre-order thing of the WCW stage.
Oh, yeah. That like $700 wrestling set.
Yeah. That's Steiner Brothers are an unlockable. Well, I don't know if it's both, actually. I think it's just Rick. It's just the bad one. You can get the bad
How
Steiner.
much is that thing? $400.
$400. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
And did like the first people get a Rey Mysterio or something?
I didn't see. I didn't see, to be honest. I haven't backed any of these.
It's not 100% funded, so it's not going to get made.
It's expensive, man. It's
3
too.
days left. It's not going to get funded.
It's too much.
It's way too much.
It's too much. I wish they did like a real big, cool entrance stage for a couple of hundred. I remember them showing one at WrestleMania Access, and they said, if there's a demand for it, we'll make it, but it's going to be a high price point. It's going to be a few hundred. And I remember like, oh, God, that's steep. But if you think about it, if you've got an amazing ring and you've got an amazing entrance, you don't need anything else.
Yeah.
Those are the only two things that you really need, but you can't justify £700 for...
It's $400.
Oh, $400.
I can't justify that.
And no one's asking you to. Just like Edward can't justify his TikTok.
Ugh, I can't believe you guys have TikToks.
You're so left it behind, aren't you here?
I am.
You need to get on there. You need to get on there.
I don't think I can.
Why?
Because don't you need a phone?
Okay. On that...
NXT?
Yeah, I gotta go. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support as always. We will be back next week with a full breakdown and our thoughts on Backlash. And
just so you know, people in the chat are getting pissed that you're not on the NXT stream.
Well,
I'm saying close the stream. NXT time. So Daisy, you're a big.
Okay, right. Thanks for watching. See you again next time. Bye for now.